Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you another video. All right, so talk about the LA Lakers. Of course, I gave y'all a midnight Laker rant or conversation. I don't think I ran it last night at all. It was a chat, and I appreciate everybody for watching that. And of course, my reaction to the game itself is also available to you guys. So, just as a Laker fan, trying to get my mind kind of settled into the idea of what it is that's in front of us. And I did also make another video I want everybody to check out. That my boy T, one of my good friends, left me an idea of a video and had a few ideas that he was trying to convey to all you guys. So I put that there as well, and that should be uploading right now. It's only about 10 minutes long, but all of that to say, I had a few other thoughts as well that I wanted to share in regards to the LA Lakers. And the thought that I'm thinking about right now is just how we need to regroup after the game one. It's all psychological at this point. Everything. A lot of our X's and O's really didn't fail when we were running our plays the way we know we should. It's when we started turning the ball over that we stopped doing things that worked, that we stopped focusing on what was necessary, and we didn't play our best game in the second half, even though we had played so well in the first. And a lot has been said about how we just stopped running set plays. Now, I don't know the science behind that. Maybe for professionals, it makes a lot of sense for them to not throw only set plays at a defense. But if it's working so well, you should probably run it. And my understanding in listening to Sean Davis this morning from Laker Nation is that the stats tell us that when we run plays against this defense, they can't stop us, like pretty much at all. But just the same, we have a hard time stopping them. One thing that Sean said this morning kind of goes against everything we've been talking about, is that we really had a lot of success by the way of the numbers in doubling Jokic so long as we do it a certain way. But my thinking is, even though the numbers have shown we've been successful with it, if you continue to do things the same way against Jokic, he's going to figure it out, and then it's not going to be the same type of success as you play it forward. It's just who he is. He's a very, very intelligent, cerebral, and adaptive mind. And so if you continue something that worked against him, or if you switch it up in some type of pattern, he's going to figure it out. I was listening to, I don't remember exactly who it was. It might have been Jovan Buha talking about how he believes that Anthony Davis, I don't know if it was him or not, but he believed that that we were doubling Jokic in a certain way that he figured out. Maybe we double him after he dribbles twice. So once he figures out that you've done that, he deliberately dribbles twice so that you do what it is that you intend to do once he does that. And then he proceeds to kick the ball out to where he wants it to go, knowing exactly what you're going to do. He lulls you in to doing what you plan on doing, for which he's already figured out. So it's like, that was kind of along the lines of what I was saying. This is a dude that you give him a Rubik's Cube, and I feel like he'll figure it out in a matter of moments. So it's like, if you think he's this type of intelligent, then, and it just takes me back to the same thing we've already said, if you're going to throw certain configurations at him, you got to understand that he's going to figure it out. And when he figures it out, then he's going to counter it in such a way that's going to outsmart you. So while you're trying to outsmart him with certain patterns, you got to realize that he's smarter than you when you're doing that. And that's the problem. When you're going up against this level of talent, there's two things you cannot do. You can't keep showing him the same thing, and you can't come at him without a certain level of confidence that's going to offset what it is he's doing. If you lack in confidence, you're going to get overpowered by how smart and how disciplined he and his team are. And if you don't do what works in a way that has a certain game plan that's not trying to outsmart him, just simply exploiting things that he may not be able to do very well, then that, for which you're trying to do is going to fail. And that's why I think defense is not the primary focus in this series. And I've said it more than once, and I haven't heard anybody agree with me on this, but it's just common sense to me. If what's working is that we can score on them, but what's not working is that we can't defend them, then us trying to tweak our defense to be a little more unsuccessful, I guess for it to be more so successful than what it is only going to marginally get us better. But if we enhance our strength, for which already has shown some success, then maybe we can enhance it in such a way that allows us to outscore him. If you can't stop his offense and he can't stop your offense, then you have a chance. But if you're trying to improve your defense while not improving your offense, and in your defensive improvements you're still not stopping him, then you're getting beat. And that's my point of view. I think that what we need to be focusing on is execution. And that means running more set plays and focusing more so on the offensive end so that we can give ourselves the best chance to outscore their offense. Because we're not slowing down their offense with our defensive ways. Now, maybe we have some success. I don't think we should just take our foot completely off the gas defensively. But when you talk about trying to focus on the defense and making rotational decisions based on defensive principles against an offense like that, that's going to do what he does regardless, it just seems kind of futile to me to be focusing on the defensive end if I ain't stopping him any damn way. So that's what logic tells me. I think some people see it the inverted way, and I don't understand that. You can't stop him even when you're playing good defense, but you can score on him, then do more of that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, as I just said, he's going to adapt to whatever you do defensively. So you can come up with the greatest defensive schemes or put defensive players on the floor. He's still going to score. He's still going to find ways of getting his guys the ball in their spots. They're going to, you're not stopping them. Even when you play good defense, you're not stopping them. But just the same as we already said, when we run plays, he's not stopping us. So don't you think we should be focusing more on running plays? Shouldn't that be what all of our manpower and time and effort goes into trying to improve? Is what's already proven to be successful? Because you're trying to have the most success possible. In my mind, obviously, I just think the offensive side of the ball is where you're really going to find that you can attack Jokic. And then focusing on the offense, maybe you can get them in foul trouble and get some of those key players off the floor. But if we're focusing on defense, you're not going to draw as many defensive fouls. You're just going to keep running the same plays against those same guys as they continue to stay out of foul trouble and in your backside. Like literally, the offense is where it's at, because that's where they are soft. Not literally soft, but that's where you find your in, is what I'm trying to say. Not that the Denver Nuggets are soft. I don't believe that at all, but that's where they're sensitive. That's where they're most weak against us, is in them trying to stop us when we run set plays. So keep focusing on running set plays. Outscore them. I told y'all. The Denver Nuggets are capable of scoring a lot, but if ever there was something that showed me they had some weaknesses throughout the course of the season, it was in them scoring a lot of points. They have games where they've went for 130, 140 points, but they've also had games where they go for 87 and 88. And sometimes they get blown out in them situations because the other team went for 110 and 20. So it's like, I think the only shot we really have is playing our very best and our very smartest offensive game. And in the first half of the basketball game, we were up by 10 when that was the focus. That's really what it was. You were having the most success when offense was your mindset. So I think my theories actually plays out exactly the way that I hoped it would, in a sense that if we focus on offense, we're up. We're winning. And when you stop focusing on offense, you start losing. So focus on the offensive end, Darvin. And I know you want to play defense. Everybody wants to play defense. Defense is important. But you got to understand the uniqueness of the team you're going against. This ain't no regular squad, bro. They're not playing around a normal way of basketball. They got a super genius offensive mind. You're not stopping him. You're not going to outsmart him, bro. No disrespect to anybody's mind, but you ain't outsmarting him. He going to outsmart you for sure. So what you do is not try to outsmart him. You just exploit the weaknesses that he may have. And where is that weakness possible? Defense. He is not the greatest defender in the world. His team, good defensive team, but you can score on them. So do that a lot, a whole damn lot. And don't worry about them scoring on you, because you ain't stopping it any damn way. Literally. I'm telling you, man, I'm pacering this series. The way the Pacers approach us, let's just score as much as possible and don't care about the damn defense. That's exactly how I'm playing this series. This is chess, not checkers. If defense wins championships, Not against the Nuggets. That's the bottom line. Offense is going to beat the Nuggets because everybody's trying to focus on improving their defense, and then Jokic ends up adapting to whatever hell defense they throw at him. Remember, Rubik's Cube, matter of moments. Figured it out. So if you throw a puzzle at a guy like that, you're wasting your time. He's going to figure it out. Do you think he ain't going to figure out that you double teaming him off of 2 dribbles? He's going to see that in 3 tries, just like I said. And as I listen to analysts talk about how this played out, do you know that they described what it is that I've been describing before the game even started? You're going up against a genius. Don't try to outsmart it. I think a lot of times people try too hard to overcome what's in their face instead of making someone else overcome what they can't stop. You see what I'm saying? You try so hard, you're going up against this super mind. It's like, how do we stop him? That's not the question. It's how do we force him into trying his best to struggle stopping us? You don't have to stop him. How do I keep the water in the ocean from mowing me down as the waves come my way? Well, you're not going to. The best way to approach that situation is to accept that the water's coming regardless. That's not the question. This is how the hell do you get out of the way? Not how do I stop it? And this is what I have adapted to as it pertains to Jokic and his offense coming at us. I'm not trying to stop that. I'm trying to find any way in so that I can approach him in a way that makes him ask the question as to how to stop me. And the answer is in me being aggressive on the offensive end and not getting in foul trouble on the defensive end. That's it. I'll tell you the truth. I'm turning him into a scorer. And I understand that we've had some marginal success, or if not solid success, in double teaming him. Okay, if that works, according to Sean David, that's what works. All right, do that on defense. Fine. Throw the various different variations of double teams at him, and maybe you can cut down on his scoring possessions. Maybe that's not his strength, is meeting double teams like one would think. And he's scoring 2 points per possession, according to Sean Davis, every time we leave him one-on-one with anybody. Okay, then throw the double teams at him. I'll adapt to that. But I'm not going to kill myself trying to figure out how to beat him defensively when he's literally destroying my defense really in every other way but that. Where I struggle is when I turn the ball over, his team gets in transition. Where I struggle is when I stop running plays, suddenly I'm not scoring enough points to keep a lead against him. And it's the third, fourth quarter, defense wasn't your problem. Offense was your problem. And so that's what I believe. I believe the Lakers are trying their best to stop the ocean's water from coming up on the shore. That is not the equation. The equation is how to get the hell out of the way, man. How do you get out of the way? If he's so good that he can't be stopped, then why are you wasting all of your time trying to stop him? Make him try to stop you if what you find is that he can't stop you. You know what I mean? And make it an offensive game. So that's the strategy that really makes sense to my mind, man. It makes all the sense in the world. I want my Lakers to adapt to that strategy. Stop trying to be so dang defensive against the best offense in the game, the most efficient, disciplined offense in the game. You ain't stopping them no matter how smart of a scheme you think you're coming up with. You're not. What you are going to do, though, is exploit the fact that he can't stop you defensively. You can do that. And in doing that, you may find success. It's worth a shot. But I tell you, if we keep doing this, if we keep thinking we're going to stop him on the defensive end, or if we keep throwing puzzles at him, eventually he's going to figure them puzzles out. That's what he always do. He does it to everybody. You got to come at him in a way that nobody else is. And the way that nobody else is coming at him is forget defense. I don't care nothing about defense. He could score on every possession. I don't care. The object of the game for me is to score on every possession with him and draw fouls on the offensive end. Because if I can get him off the floor in foul trouble while he's trying to stop me defensively, now I get to deal with the weakness of his bench, and I can play good defense against those guys because they're not that great. But as long as I'm allowing him to stay on the floor because I'm focusing on defense, I'm fouling him, getting my guys in foul trouble, then I have no chance of stopping this guy. None at all. And so that's really what it comes down to, man. So what's your approach? What are you spending 6 and 7 hours trying to figure out? If you're Darvin Ham, are you spending all night long trying to figure out how to stop the unstoppable? Or are you realizing that he can't stop you defensively and focus your manpower and time into figuring that aspect out? Because that's the aspect that's going to help you have the success that is obtainable. Obtainable success. Not you trying to overcome the impossible. That's stupid. It's impossible. You don't overcome that. You have to do something else to make it behave outside of itself. And what is that? Play better offense. Make it force itself into being a better defense to stop you. That's how you win that. And everybody's looking at it the opposite way, and everybody loses to the Denver because of it. It's that simple. You're not going to beat Denver playing defense, people. You can play great defense, and Jokic is still going to get a triple-double. Murray's still going to get close to a triple-double. Porter's still going to score every shot he takes, because your defense is not going to stump them. The guy in the middle is too damn smart. You throw a puzzle at him, he figures it out. I'm not throwing a puzzle at a guy like that. I'm not. I'm going to waste my damn time trying to figure out a puzzle to stop that. He ain't gonna, man, please. He going to figure it out quicker than it took for me to scheme it up. You feel me? So why am I scheming anything at all? I'm not doing that. I'm going to find the weakness of that dude, and I'm going to keep on pressing at it. That's it. That's it. So that's what I'm telling you guys, man. If we're going to beat the Denver Nuggets, man, the defensive side is not where you're going to win. It's the offensive side. You're going to score more points than them. You're going to out-execute them, and the only way you're actually going to do that is by forcing them to foul you and getting some of those key players off of the floor on the offensive side of the ball, man. That's the key to it all, because if you leave their offense to match your offense, they're going to outscore you just off the strength of them being a more disciplined and better offensive team than you. The key to that is being as physical as possible offensively without fouling yourself, so that they foul you, you get them off the floor, and then you attack the bench. It's the only way. Everything else is just you throwing a puzzle, a defensive puzzle at him, and him figuring it out, and then proceed to make you look stupid because of it. That's it, man. That's it. Don't try to stop the impossible. Make the impossible react to you. And that's the only way to do it, man. It's the only way. You flow with what you have to flow with, man. We're not going to be stopping the ocean with our bodies. It ain't happening. That's not happening. But you can build a boat. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what you can do. So that's what I'm saying to y'all, man. Hopefully our team hears this video, makes some decisions that ultimately invert the thought that they're going with. Don't waste time with stuff that you can't stop, man. Don't try to throw a puzzle at a man who makes a living out of figuring out puzzles, bro. That's silly, bro. He's a machine. The guy is an algorithm stopper. You're not going to be able to throw no configuration that you come up with that he ain't going to be able to figure out in 3 tries, bro. Don't throw stuff at him no more. What you want to do is make him react to you in ways that have already been proven that he can't stop. And that's him trying to figure out how to defend you. BDL44, thank y'all for watching. I'm out.